Hi guys, welcome to High School Maths. This is an SSCE 1993 theory question 1, and that's the A part of it. We will solve the B and the C in our subsequent videos. I want to focus on this one. The question is, without using tables or calculators, evaluate 20.3 over 3.5 times 0.58. Now, usually when students encounter questions like this, they tend to be confused about how to first go about it. Now, the motive or the main focus here is to make sure that this decimal, that decimal, and that decimal have first been converted to whole numbers multiplying 10 to the power a given number. That is to say, 20.3 have to be written in the form of a whole number multiplying 10 to the power something. In this case, we can use the idea of standard forms. Now, if you want 20.3 to be a whole number, it means that you want the decimal point to come at the last point here. How do we do that? We move the decimal points. And when we move the decimal point, the number now becomes 203. 203 times 10. How many times did we move? We moved once. To what direction? To the right side. Using the standard form idea, to the right side means exponent -1. So you moved one time to the right, and that is negative exponent 1. Over. Now let's do same for 3.5. 3.5 can become a whole number, that is 35. How do we make this to become a whole number 35? We move the decimal point to that side. It means we moved to get this 35. We moved the decimal point to the right one time. So we moved to the right one time. Times. We have 0.58. How do we make this a whole number? Unless we move the decimal point from here to that point. So it becomes 58. To change this to 58, then it means that we multiply by 10 raised to the power. How did we get that? We move 2 times to the right, that is -2. Now we've been able to write these numbers as whole numbers multiplying 10 to the power something. What do we do? Let's try and simplify this. We go ahead and say 203 times 10 to the power -1 over, let's try and group the tens and the other numbers. Now we have 35. It can multiply 58. We want to group them. Times, now all the 10 should be at one side. 10 to the power -1 times 10 to the power -2. All right. What do we do again? At first, we should have multiplied this by that so that later we divide through. But it will be a very difficult thing. Why don't we try and see if these can divide the 203? Now we can see that for this 35, 7 can divide this 35 5 times. And 7 can divide 203 29 times. This 29 will divide itself 1 and divide 58 2 times. So at the end of the day, we are having 1 times 10 to the power -1, because now this has been reduced to 1. And the denominator here is, we have 5 times, we have 2 here, times. Now, according to indices, when you have a to the power m multiplying another a to the power n, then you just pick, because they are of the same base, you pick one of the bases and add the exponent m plus n. The same thing happens here. So this is the same as having 10 to the power negative 1 plus negative 2, because the base are the same, so we add the exponents. This is giving us 1 times any number is the same number, so 1 times this is the same 10 to the power negative 1. This times that, 5 times 2 is 10 times now 10 raised to the power negative 1 plus negative 2 is giving me negative 3. This is the same as having 10 to the power negative 1 over 10 raised to the power 1. You know there's 1 here. So we add their exponents. That's 10 to the power 1 plus negative 3, because they are the same base. So we have to add their exponents when they are multiplied. This is the same as having 10 to the power negative 1 over this is giving me 10 to the power 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Now this is the same as having 10 to the power negative 1 divided by 10 to the power negative 2. So when, according to the indices, when a to the power m is being divided by a to the power n, because they are dividing, we write one of the bases and we subtract their exponents. So when they are dividing, we subtract the exponents. It's the same as having 10 to the power negative 1 here minus another negative 2. And this is the same as having 10 to the power negative 1 plus 2. This is the same as having 10 to the power 1. So at the end of the day, our answer is 10 raised to the power 1, which is the same as 10. We conclude that 20.3 over 35, 3.5, sorry, times 0.598 is equal to 10. If you found this video very helpful, kindly subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so you'll be getting enough of our solutions to certain questions. Thank you.